Greetings one, greetings all, welcome back to What the Hell Did I Just Watch? What the hell did you just watch? What the hell did we all just witness? Yes indeed, this is What the Hell Did I Just Watch? I am your host, as always, Oscar Riedling. It is an honour, it is a pleasure, and it is a privilege. Welcome back to chapter 2 of the MCU. Yes indeed, if you wish to be a permanent realm jumper, adventurer, explorer, journeying throughout these vast universes, jumping from realm to realm to realm constantly and exploring the mystic unknown, yes indeed, everybody is truly welcome. So come on over, please indeed subscribe so you can be a permanent true member, yes indeed, and you will not miss one single adventure that way. Yes, so we're into chapter 2 of talking about the MCU. Yes indeed, last time we talked a lot about the MCU, about how it was crafted, how it was created, where it was born from, how it became from a tiny seed, how it started as a tiny seed and it grew into greatness. It was planted and it grew into greatness. It is epicness, it is pure, and it is bliss. And from about 2008 all the way up perhaps to 2018, 2019, there were some smash hits, there were some holy grails of crafted MCU material. Going from there all the way on that timeline, it was absolutely amazing and you could not fault it. It was bliss. The MCU was pure, was absolutely amazing, and it had an extreme following. Like, I for one hold my hands up high and I am a true MCU fan. I have seen every single one of the Marvel movies probably 100, 200, 300 times over. Big fan. The X-Men franchises, love the X-Men universe, especially the animated series. We did talk about that last time. 1992 it made its debut. I believe it was Cartoon Network's, no, it might have been Jetix TV, if you remember that. Going back to like Jetix Cartoon Network, that was true classics right there. Absolutely amazing. If you remember Jetix, if you remember Cartoon Network with like Johnny Bravo, Courage of the Cowardly Dog, Powerpuff Girls, we could go into that, we could talk about that, but that was, yeah. So that was and Spider-Man 1994, that was on Fox Kids. To be fair, now that I think about it, the X-Men 1992 TV series along with the Silver Surfer series was on Fox Kids. If you remember Fox TV, if you remember Fox Kids, you had an epic upbringing, you had an awesome childhood, because I used to sit and watch Fox Kids constantly. There was, what was it, X-Men, Spider-Man 1994, there was a Silver Surfer on there, there was like the Galactic Spider-Man on there, the Fantastic Four series on there, Iron Man series was on there. Oh my, reminiscing, talk about reminiscing, but they were on there. I am Iron Man. Yeah, you get the idea. It was heavy metal. The same for Spider-Man 1994 opening, that was heavy metal. It was insane. Those were the glory days. And just, I could, like, if I had a time machine, going back in time to relive and experience those kind of Marvel creations for the first time, like if I could go back in time, or maybe perhaps wipe it out of my memory and rewatch X-Men 1992, rewatch Spider-Man 1994, Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, and there was the Incredible Hulk as well that came out around that time. I think they were all on Fox Kids. just going back in time and just reliving those holy grails, those epic creations. They were just fire. They were fire, and they were amazing. The creations that came, that come, that are crafted by the MCU. They weren't part of the MCU. I know we're supposed to be talking about the MCU, but it all falls into the Marvel category. But these are the building blocks along that we'll talk about in just a moment with Blade. These are the building blocks that formed the MCU, that crafted the MCU, that built it from the ground up, that began as a tiny, tiny seed, crafted into the greatest empire. I need to take a step back a minute, because that, if you think about it, is mind-blowing, because the MCU is unstoppable. They're crafting absolute masterpieces. They have been crafting absolute masterpieces, and if you think about it, they've still got a long way to go. We're on this timeline. They're gonna keep on flowing, and just like a river flowing wildly through the mountains, through a city, through the earth, they're unstoppable. But yes, as we talked about before, the MCU did post, craft, create, send out there some questionable creations that were not, just going back to Marvel, not part of the MCU. Yes, I know we're supposed to be talking about the MCU, but Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine, I loved that film, right? Don't get me wrong, I love that film because of the idea, the premise, the characters that were in the film, how it was all crafted, right? Just exactly like, let me come in close here, just exactly like Spider-Man 3. Absolutely love Spider-Man 3, right? You've got two creations, X-Men Origins Wolverine, Spider-Man 3 over here. Bit of that. And they were done not in the way we wished, but the craftsmanship, what they had was gold. Because if you'd have taken X-Men Origins Wolverine and you'd have taken those building blocks and you'd have done it, crafted it differently, that could almost, there was so much missing, but that could have been a pure masterpiece. X-Men Origins Wolverine, the first, right? So you do Spider-Man Origins, right? Or you do, let's see, Doctor Strange Origins, Multiverse of Madness Origins Doctor Strange. So it could have set up a franchise of Origin alone, Origin, but also connecting and following through origins of different superheroes, supervillains, things like that. It could have been absolutely amazing. And the characters in it were absolutely fantastic. Like Gambit was in there, Blob was in there. Spoilers if you've not seen it, I do apologise. Should have said spoilers if you've not seen it. And they all, if you don't know about this, but you probably should, the one we were all rocking for, the one that we wanted the most, the one that we wanted to love, Deadpool was in there. And yes, I'm a big fan of Deadpool, absolutely love Deadpool. It's a cosplay I've been wishing to do for quite some time, because I'm quite a bit in the head myself along with Deadpool, so I think I could play a bit of Wade, play a bit of the pool, and bring that actual mayhem and maybe freak a few people out, something like that. But yeah, and Ryan Reynolds, the legend. Let's just take a moment to talk about Ryan Reynolds. He plays Deadpool so well. And yes, I know it's not everyone's favourite, but he did play Deadpool very well in X-Men Origins Wolverine. But I absolutely love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Absolute legend. Shout out to Ryan Reynolds. I'm a big fan of your work. Loved your creation. Love your craftsmanship. Love the characters you bring to life. The way you give it your spice and pizzazz and your flavour. Absolutely amazing. I did love Spirited, you and Will Ferrell. That was absolutely amazing. There were some popping songs in there. Absolutely, I had to download some of those. Not about the MCU, but it is Ryan Reynolds, and he's an absolute legend. He's not Judi Bloody Dench. Do you get that? You will. Love some Judi Dench as well. She's an absolute legend. She's good. We love some Judi Dench. Absolute legend. Loved her in the James Bonds. Oh, we're going to talk about all this. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Hell of a cast. Good call there, whoever jumped that in. But yeah, X-Men Origins Wolverine could have been so much more if they'd have gone the right way. Yes, they had the materials. Yes, they had the building blocks. The thing was, sadly, they did not piece them, craft them, shape them together in the way we wished, in the way we might have hoped. The same with Spider-Man. Ghosts. The same with Spider-Man 3. They did not craft them or shape them or form them in the way that we wanted to, and for Spider-Man 3 to be fair, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3 I'm speaking of. Oh, I love Tobey Maguire, absolute legend. Hell to the S. He's a hell of an actor. Very, very method. Gets down deep. Love him. Absolute crafter. Brings those characters to life. Great Gatsby, and he was in was it Babylon? Oh, go watch Babylon. That, I mean, it's like a 3.5 hour movie or something. It's very long, but Babylon, it's wild. It is wild. Yeah, we're realm jumping here. We're supposed to be talking about the MCU. I know. But yeah, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, absolutely love that. I've seen that franchise 1, 2 and 3 like just countless times, probably over 1 million. I mean, I grew up on that. I watched that. And William Dafoe as the Green Goblin. Yes, that was a hell of a craft. We should, a hell of a cast. We should do a version of that was a hell of a cast, because, and we'll talk about characters and actors, performers, creators that were crafted and casted so well that they just fit that perfect. They just fit that role perfect. They just bring that character to life with perfection, and nobody else, sadly, could step into those shoes and do the same. I mean, we could be wrong. We could think about it and see who would be crafted, who would fit into those shoes. But it would have been nice if they'd have taken Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine and Spider-Man 3 with those building blocks, because it was Sam Raimi, and I absolutely love Sam Raimi. He's worked on so many creations. He did The Evil Dead. I'm certain he did The Evil Dead, because I'm a big fan of The Evil Dead. Bruce Campbell, absolute legend. Shout out to Bruce Campbell, legend. I love you. Yes, indeed. We're getting a lot off. We're realm jumping here, there and everywhere, but that's what we do here at What the Hell Did I Just Watch? We like to realm jump, we like to explore, we like to create. That's why we are here. It is an open mind, it is free willed, so let your spirit soar, let your spirit fly. When you're here with us, this is a safe haven, a safe space, and we want you to be you always and forever. So yeah, they had those building blocks. They didn't craft them as we wished, but if they had, history could have been made. History could have been crafted. Now, for Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire, throughout my time I have seen animations, I've heard stories, people reading things, or things that I've read about how it should have ended. This is the way, and some of those were absolutely amazing. You know, they were talking about how Harry got the symbiote and how Brock survived the assault, the explosion right at the end, that he bonded and formed with the symbiote, with Venom and stuff. And there was even speculation and theories of when he got attacked, when Eddie Brock got attacked at the end of Spider-Man 3 and he was fused with a symbiote, and there was the sonic sounds and he was being torn apart, and I think it was if I remember correctly, Harry threw in the pumpkin bomb and it just got all formed. There was speculation that they formed together, that Venom the symbiote bonded and fused permanently with Eddie Brock, and they survived and he would make a return. Speaking of Bruce Campbell, he was Mysterio in all 3 Spider-Man movies that starred Tobey Maguire, that were crafted by Sam Raimi. Yes, please. And he was Mysterio, and they were setting him up in all 3 movies, because he appeared in all 3 different places, different identities, different personas. That was mind-blowing. That was amazing. And if you didn't know that, there's a piece of information for you, because I didn't know that up until a few years ago. Like, he was in all 3 movies, and I knew he was in all 3 movies because I'm a big Bruce Campbell fan, and I've seen a lot of his work, a lot of his creations, a lot of his craft. But I didn't know he was supposed to be Mysterio. I didn't know he was, even though he was in all 3. And every time you saw him in all 3, he had different jobs. He was doing different things. I just thought, growing up, and up until a few years ago, I just thought his character was just, this guy that was, I guess, quite unlucky, that he was trying to find his craft, trying to find something that he was good at. But sadly it wasn't working out, because every time you saw him he had a different job and he was looking different, and I was just thinking, he's down on his luck, he's got this job, he's going well, and oh wait a minute, he got let go and now he's on to a different job and he's trying something new, and he's but growing up I didn't think too much into it. I was just like, Bruce Campbell, legend, sort of thing. I'm glad he's in this one. And he was in all 3 of them and stuff, so that was good. But then it turns out, because they were going to do the Sinister Six, they were going to go on to do some more madness with Venom and Sandman and Green Goblin and Hobgoblin and Doc Ock and all the Venomous, all the Sinisters. It was absolutely amazing. And I did hear that Spider-Man 4, Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire, was in the works. It was there, but sadly, because Spider-Man 3 did not do too well, the project was called off, and up until this day, this timeline, whatever you're on, we still don't really have a Sinister Six. Well, we've got a Sinister Six creation, a Sinister Six craft. Spoiler alert, if you've played the Spider-Man game, the first Spider-Man game, the Sinister Six, more or less, appear in there. And that is amazing. If you've not played that game, get that played. Absolutely amazing. Miles Morales, I played that also. That was just masterpieces. Sorry, both of them were masterpieces. They were just so good. I really enjoyed playing Miles Morales, Spider-Man Miles Morales. I really played that quite a bit. I loved that. It was absolutely amazing. Loved the first Spider-Man. Tried to complete it as well. Did my best, got the underwear skin. Yes, you want to fly around New York City as Spider-Man wearing the mask but wearing nothing but your underwear. That's the dream. Save this city. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, it's a fantastic creation, fantastic craft. And yeah, there was also speculation, I will say, that when Harry in Spider-Man 3, not Harry, Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3, when he got attacked, when he got beaten down, when Harry threw the pumpkin bomb in, if I'm remembering this correctly, if I'm not, please do tell me, that when he was fused and evaporated, he was sent into the multiverse. Think about that. Think about that. Just give me a moment to think about that. That when he was being beaten, when he was being destroyed and he was being torn apart, that when everything fell into place, he didn't die. He was vanquished to the multiverse. He was out there, drifting in the multiverse. And if you think about it, if you've seen it, you remember Venom 2? The recent Venom 2? I mean, there's no other Venom 2, but the one with Tom Hardy. Oh, Tom Hardy. Oh, yes. We can't go into that, but Tom Hardy, shout out to Tom Hardy. We're doing a lot of shout outs in this realm jumping, in this particular MCU adventure. Chapter 2, we could go on to a chapter 3. Let me know if you want a chapter 3 of the MCU. Speak loud, speak proud. Write scroll, send a raven, leave a comment down below if you want a chapter 3 of this MCU journey. Please do let me know. And if you wish, you speak and it will happen. Yes to that. But yeah, Tom Hardy as the new Venom, as Eddie Brock. Like, we saw that. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. But guess what happens in the new one? Guess what happens in 2? He realm jumps through the multiverse because of the chain events, the sequence of events that are taking place, that things are happening. And then he leaves a piece of Venom, accidentally, perhaps on purpose, who knows, in his new universe, in his new realm, before he's taken away, but leaving the piece of the symbiote. So Venom, the symbiote, is multiplying. He's spreading out through the universe. And in Spider-Man 3, he did just that. He was all throughout in the multiverse. Think about that. How is that for an idea for you? Something I've thought about, that when he was being beaten down, when he had him chained in the cage and he was making the sonic waves, the sound to tear him apart, and he threw in the pumpkin bomb, that somehow he was fused and crafted together, but he was shimmied and shot throughout the multiverse and he was drifting. Probably a far-fetched theory, but it's happening now. It's happening now because Venom is multiplying through the universe. And if you think about it, there are tons and tons of Marvel crafted comics that show you, that have evidence throughout every single known universe. There is a Venomized someone. There's a Venomized Doc Ock, there's a Venomized Venom, there's a Venomized Wolverine, there's a Venomized Rocket Raccoon, there's a Venomized Groot, there's an Agent Venom, which I think turns out to be Flash Gordon. Think about that. If I remember correctly, I think Agent Venom is Flash Gordon at some point. There's a Venomized Rhino. I mean, obviously there's Venomized Spider-Man, of course, because how awesome is that? There's a Venomized Hulk, so Venom is spread out throughout the multiverse. If you think about it, there you go. There's a Venomized version of someone. Think about it. There's even a Venomized Lizard. And there's also a venomized Gwen. There's also a venomized Electro. A venomized Green Goblin. There's a venomized everyone. He's spreading throughout the universe. Venomized Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange. There you go. That is what they're setting up, and that is what they could have been setting up back in the day. Was Sam Raimi going for that? Shooting Venom, grinding him and Brock together, spreading him out throughout the multiverse, setting up for the Sinister Six, or setting up for something perhaps more sinister than just six. Who knows? But they had the building blocks, they had the materials, they had the crafts, they had the creation. But for X-Men Origins Wolverine, for Spider-Man 3, sadly they did not build them or mould them, shape them correctly. But for me, X-Men Origins Wolverine and Spider-Man 3 are still kick-ass movies, still absolutely awesome. Will always watch them. I mean, they had their points here and there, but I will always watch them. So that's for me, because I know it's mixed reviews. I know a lot of people out there don't feel the same way, but X-Men Origins Wolverine had some stellar characters in there. They were bringing that mayhem. Plus, I do love a good origin story, planting the seed and opening from the beginning, seeing where it all began, figuring out from where it was to where it is now, if that is the timeline, because at this point we'd seen Logan after his origins. We'd seen Logan ride the timeline after his origins. So if you didn't know the story, or you didn't read the comics or anything like that, where did he come from? What were his origins? Where did he begin? How did his journey go from there to here? Things like that. But I guess if you knew the comics and you read the character and you had all the information, blissful. But that is a craft, that is a creation, because a lot of the time they may modify it, they may do it differently, which to some people's liking is not good. It's, why do it? Like, stick to the OG source material, stick to the OG craftsmanship. That is what you want. Because obviously if you're crafting something that's been put together many years ago by absolute legends, bringing the mayhem, and it's not gone wrong, like comic books, graphic novels, if you've got those out there in the universe, in the earth, and everybody's loved them for 75, 80 years now, and they've read all these, and they keep coming back for more, they keep wanting more. If you've got that in your hand, if you're holding that in your hand, don't tamper with it. Do not tamper with it at all. Just offer it up as is and bring it to life as it is. We'll talk about that more. If you want to see a part 3 of the MCU, yes, if you do, speak loud, speak proud, send a raven, write a scroll, send a messenger, leave it down below. And if you want to see a part 3, we'll do a part 3. I may feel like I wish to do a part 3. So if you want to see it, I'll definitely do a part 3. Hell to the yes. But if you don't speak loud, if you don't speak proud, and nothing changes, nothing happens, and I feel like I want to rock and roll, I'll probably rock and roll with a part 3. If not, we'll journey and adventure elsewhere. Hell to the yes. Thank you kindly for joining me here today on this particular adventure, the MCU Chapter 2. Yes, we did realm jump from here to there, from there to here. We did realm jump quite a lot. I had some fun. I hope each and every one of you had fun as well. Thank you kindly for joining us here today. If you did so truly, everybody is welcome. It means the world. If you want to come over and be a permanent explorer, a permanent realm jumper, a permanent guest, if you do so truly wish, of what the hell did I just watch, please hit that subscribe button so you do not miss an episode, so you do not miss a showtime, because we love to get wild, wacky and unpredictable upon these blissful adventures. Yes, we're all about having the fun here. That is the most important. And also safety, honour and respect. Yes, that is most important too. I have been your host, as I always am, Oscar Evelyn. It has been an honour and a pleasure and a privilege to accompany you, or for you to accompany me on this particular adventure. It means the world. Thank you kindly for joining us here today. If you did so truly, we hope to see you again next time. If you didn't, come on over and join us. Maybe you might find this interesting. Or maybe you might find yourself asking the question, what the hell did I just watch? I've been your host. Rock roll, bring the chaos, and let that mayhem run wild. I'll see you next time. Hell yes.